All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? We are about to solve one of the most confusing parts of English, and that is how to talk about the future correctly. Seriously, forget all the guesswork. By the end of this, you're going to be a master of will and be going to. I promise. Okay, so picture this. A phone rings. A friend of yours says, I'm going to get it. It sounds, I don't know, a little off, right? Kind of like a small glitch in the timeline. You totally get what they mean, but it's just not quite what a native speaker would say. So what's the secret here? And that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? How in the world do you know when to use will versus be going to? I know it seems complicated, but trust me, there's a really simple system behind it all, and today we are going to make it crystal clear. So I want you to step into what I call the future control room. In here, we can forget all those confusing, boring grammar rules. There is just one prime directive, a single master key that unlocks this entire concept for you. And here it is. This is our secret weapon. It's called the decision time test. To get this right every single time, you just have to ask yourself one super simple question. When did I decide to do this? The answer to that question tells you exactly which one to use. Let's look at this with our decision meter. It's pretty straightforward. If you decided something right now, in this very moment, spontaneously, bam, the needle swings right over to will. But if you decided it before now, because you have a plan or you see some clear evidence, the needle swings all the way over to going to. So let's check out our first tool in the control room. I want you to think of will as the big red emergency button. You slam this button for things that are totally unexpected, for decisions you make right on the spot, in the heat of the moment. Now this button does three main things. First, spontaneous decisions. The phone's ringing, you didn't plan for it, you just decide, I'll get it. Easy. Second, promises. A promise is a powerful decision you make right then and there. I will always love you. And third, personal predictions. And this is key, with no real evidence. It's just a feeling you have. Maybe it will be sunny tomorrow. Okay, now let's wander over to the other side of the control room and check out our second tool. This is the plan scheduler. Going to is for literally everything that's already in your mental calendar. We're talking about actions and events you decided on way before this conversation even started. The scheduler has two main jobs. First, prearranged plans. You bought tickets last week, so the decision is old news. You'd say, I am going to the concert. And second, predictions that are based on clear evidence. You're like a detective pointing out the clues. You see those dark, heavy clouds and you say, look at that, it is going to rain. You're not just guessing, you have proof. Okay, enough theory. Let's put this system to the test. It is time to fire up the simulators, run a quick diagnostic, and make sure everything is running perfectly. Let's see what you've got. So let's do a super quick review of the reference guide, okay? A decision you make right now gets will. A plan you made before gets going to. And any clear evidence you can see also gets going to. See? It always comes back to our decision time test. And hey, don't sweat the negatives or the questions. The beauty of this system is that it works perfectly for those too. I will go just becomes I won't go. I am going to go becomes I'm not going to go. The core logic, it never, ever changes. All right, simulation is live. Question 1. The phone is ringing. Your friend says, okay, I blank answer it. So was this decision made right now, or was it a plan from last week? Question number 2. You're actually holding a ticket in your hand, and you say, I blank watch the concert tonight. What does your prearranged plan tell you to use here? And for number 3, a little more action here. You see a car speeding towards a wall. You shout, look at the car, it blank, crash. You've got clear visual evidence, so what's the call? And the results are in. System check, pass. The correct answers are, of course, 1, I will answer it. 2, I am going to watch the concert. And 3, it is going to crash. You are totally getting the hang of this. You've passed the simulation with flying colors, but now it's time for the final test. This is the Master Challenge to certify your skills. We're going to translate a common, real-world conversation. Okay, so someone asks about your plans for tomorrow. The crucial thing here is they're asking about something you've already decided on. So the correct, natural way to ask is, what are you going to do tomorrow? And your answer, describing your plan, is, I'm not going to go to work, I'm going to stay home. It's all about that pre-arranged plan. So look, if you forget everything else from today, just remember this one core mantra. If the decision is happening now, use will. If there's a plan or there's evidence from before, use going to. It really is that simple. And now the controls are in your hands. Your next mission, should you choose to accept it, is to head down to the comments and put this into practice. Write one sentence using will for a decision you'd make on the spot, and one sentence using going to for a plan you already have. Go for it. You have absolutely mastered the fundamentals today, but our journey into the future is not over. Coming up soon, we're diving into some advanced training. We're going to explore all the subtle, fine-tuned differences between these two. You are not going to want to miss it. Until next time, keep learning.